Hi, and welcome to Bululu Wellness, your guide to well-being. Here, we simplify health with practical and easy-to-use tools to help you live a healthier life. Hey friends, welcome back to Bululu Wellness. If you have ever dealt with bloating, gut issues, or an autoimmune diagnosis like Hashimoto's, this episode is for you. Today, we're talking about how nervous system affects your gut and how both affect your immune system. This might be the missing link that you've never been told about, and I'm about to unpack it for you. I've spent the last 4 years navigating something called Hashimoto's. It is an autoimmune condition that affects the thyroid. It is also called thyroiditis. And while food and supplements have helped, it wasn't until I started working with my nervous system that things really started to shift. You see, when you go to the doctor and get something like Hashimoto's or any autoimmune disorder, either you're going to go into medication or you start diving into supplements and nutrition that is going to help the body reduce inflammation. The one thing that we don't know is that our nervous system plays a big role here. And I did not know this until I started diving into it. I realized that my body wasn't just reacting to gluten or stress, which is normally the one thing that they tell you, avoid gluten. My body really was trying to protect me from years of stored stress, trauma, and survival patterns. Even when I was eating clean and doing all the right things, I still felt inflamed, puffy, and low energy. My gut felt off. My digestion wasn't quite right. And the truth is, probably my body did not feel safe. Let's talk about gut health, inflammation, and how it all connects to our immune system and nervous system. See, I've spent the past few years navigating this whole thing of Hashimoto's. And for a long time, I thought it was just my stress or nutrition. And it wasn't until I started learning about life cycle nutrition in one of my classes that I started to recognize some symptoms there and how the autoimmune conditions begin. So I began to understand what was actually going on in my body. And the truth is, I had to advocate for myself because no one told me to check the labs that would explain my fatigue, my bloating, my low mood, hormonal shifts, or even my hair loss. Here's the thing. You do not need fancy functional labs tests to start uncovering answers. There are regular blood tests that can give you real insight into whether your immune system, digestion, or hormones are struggling. And I am here to help you advocate for yourself. I'm going to give you some basic labs that I recommend you to get done. That way, whenever you go to the doctor, if you're having some symptoms or unexplained symptoms, you can ask for them. The basic labs that I recommend advocating for is your entire thyroid health, especially if you're experiencing fatigue, mood, or hair changes. That includes your TSH, your free T3, your free T4, your thyroid antibodies, TPO-AB, and TGAB. These are rarely ordered unless you ask. And believe me, I've seen a lot of labs, and nobody orders those. If you are thinking that you might be experiencing some autoimmune disorder or autoimmune condition, make sure that you just ask for your autoimmune screening, which includes your ANA, which is the anti-nuclear antibodies, which is a general marker for autoimmune activity, the intrinsic factor antibodies, which screens for B12 malabsorption, vitamin D, ferritin, serum B12 and folate, magnesium, and high sensitivity CRP, which is inflammation marker. Now, these are crucial to understand what is happening in your system. Now, for metabolic health, I will include a fasting insulin, a fasting glucose, the hemoglobin A1C, which all this helps you See how your body is handling blood sugar before it becomes a diagnosis. Now, if you want to just go a little bit further, of course, I will recommend some functional labs, which is optional but helpful. If you have autoimmune symptoms and gut issues, you might want to ask for sonulin marker, which checks for leaky gut, intestinal permeability. If sonulin is high, we will probably start with a gut protocol before jumping into any other treatments. Learning from my experience, I am here to support your health, and this is what I want you to do this week. Check your latest labs. If you haven't had labs in the past year, request them. Ask your provider or go to a walk-in lab service and get it done. Write down 2 to 3 symptoms you've normalized. For example, a lot of people normalize low energy, always being cold, thinning hair, irregular digestion. Make sure that you note those symptoms, that way you can talk to somebody about it. And then bring both to your next appointment and ask for what you need. You are not being difficult by asking questions. You're being proactive. Your body is not failing you, I promise you. If you have physical symptoms, you deserve physical support, not just reassurance. Share this with a friend who's being told your labs are normal when her body or their body is clearly asking for more. And as always, I'm here to help you get into the root cause of your symptoms. Have an amazing day. If you enjoy what you hear, subscribe and share it with someone who might need it. The more people join us, the closer we get to building a wellness community for everyone. Thank you for being here. Now let's navigate this bululu together. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any condition or disease. If you need help, please seek professional care.